Valentine's Day is just a few days away. Reason enough for Susan Spencer to ask, is a kiss just a kiss?
48-year-old Shamin Ajan still thinks about a long-ago high school kiss, though she'd rather not think about it.
Almost immediately, his tongue starts darting in and out of my mouth.
You don't look like you like this.
Who likes that? Nobody.
Well, he must have encountered someone who did.
I don't know if he had very much experience, but nobody likes dart tongue.
She says that awful kiss probably didn't influence her career choice, yet today she's a certified sex therapist with some serious thoughts about kissing.
A kiss is a small, short moment in time that can have a really big impact. What a good kiss is really about is you and your partner doing the same dance to the same tune.
And we're not all Fred Astaire.
We're not all Fred Astaire, but we don't have to be Fred Astaire. It's about attunement.
She says a kiss, one kiss, even can determine if a relationship moves forward.
Kissing can be a way of assessing attraction. When you're all up close in somebody's face, you can assess pheromones. You can get a sense of someone's immune system and whether or not there is compatibility there so that you can have a child who's healthy. So there's, there's a lot that a kiss can do.
That's putting a lot of responsibility on a kiss.
Yeah.
I think kissing is such an interesting behaviour because it's something that, at least in the Western world, people do every single day without really thinking about it.
That mystery inspired Matilda Brindle to look deeper. So the University of Oxford evolutionary biologist spearheaded a recent study on smooching.
How long have humans been kissing?
Well, we think that humans have been kissing for as long as humans have existed.
She says the very first kiss might date to our ancestors as far back as 21 million years ago, which is perplexing when you dissect what a kiss really is.
Kissing does, at first glance, seem counterintuitive because you're swapping saliva with another individual. You know, if someone went and offered you a cupful of their saliva, you probably wouldn't take it, and yet we're happy to kind of smush our mouths together and do that. So it does seem counterintuitive.
And yet everyone seems to be doing it, including animals.
So, you know, polar bears share these really sloppy, foamy kisses with one another. They're kind of horrifying to look at.
We mustn't judge the polar bears.
We mustn't judge, you know, it's probably very romantic for them, but it's a lot for us to look at. And then things like prairie dogs kiss as well, and they have these kind of softer, more nuzzling kisses, and they seem quite sweet, whereas the polar bears are extremely intense, I would say.
You work with animals quite a bit.
I do, yeah.
Has any ever tried to kiss you?
I should have known this question was coming. Yes, there was a young capuchin monkey called Pepe who did try and kiss me once. It wasn't a romantic advance. I wasn't special. He was trying it with a lot of different individuals.
But you've known people like that. Right?
Yeah.
Even animated animals kiss. It's hard to be more romantic than Lady and the Tramp.
Well, they're two dogs, and they're in love, and they're eating a plate of spaghetti.
On this lovely
And they both end up eating the end of the same piece of spaghetti, and they're eating it, and then they end up in a kiss, and it's really adorable.
You'll find an enchantment here.
That moment of puppy love made the InStyle Magazine list of the most iconic movie kisses ever. So how do you decide what the best movie kiss is?
Ooh, I think we love a brainstorm. We love sharing ideas.
Fashion features director Madeline Hirsch worked on the list, along with deputy editor Jonathan Borge and editor-in-chief Sally Holmes.
I think with a movie especially, the dialogue almost makes the kiss in some ways. I think of When Harry Met Sally, there's that moment Billy Crystal says something like, When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you want that moment to start now.
I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
And the romance of that statement adds to, the actual kiss.
Celebrity kissing is always a hot topic for these three, in movies or in real life.
How big a deal are kisses in pop culture overall?
Huge. I think they're often the high point of a story.
There are many pop culture kisses. My all-time favorite, I'd say, is Britney Spears, Madonna, and Christina Aguilera at the VMAs. That shocked the world, and I think it altered my brain chemistry as a kid or teenager.
We interviewed one therapist who remembers a kiss she had in the 11th grade.
Oh, wow.
Because it was a disaster. Do you all remember your first kiss?
I think everybody does.
Oh my gosh,
assuming
I
you've
don't.
had it.
You must remember this, a kiss is just a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh.
Which brings us back to Shamin Ajan, who thinks today that high school kiss, as terrible as it was, had a positive impact.
I learned to speak up for myself. I learned to advocate for myself in that moment. If I didn't like something, I figured out how to do so in a way that was kind and constructive instead of humiliating and
So
mean.
Dark Tongue did you a favor.
Thank you, Dark Tongue.
Not something you ever thought you'd say?
What advice would you give as we approach Valentine's Day when it comes to kissing?
Kiss more.
Practice,
Do it.
practice, practice.
Practice, practice, practice. There are so many benefits to kissing. It helps you to feel closer, more connected, more comforted. So we can all use a little bit more of that these days.
Kiss, kiss.